Hi, Stuart Harris here. How you diddling? Me, I'm just tickety. We hope this finds you well. I speak with a number of organisations. I run conferences, I speak at events, I run workshops. And one of the biggest stumbling blocks that I find with a number of different people, whether they class themselves a bona fide salesperson or whether they would say, I am not a salesperson, I do X, but I need to make phone calls to get customers. The scary bits. And every single one of them, the biggest fear is picking that phone up and making that call. Why? Because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to structure the call. They basically start off at the beginning of the call. They know they need to ask some questions. They know they need to tell the customer all about the product, how fantastic it is. And then what they've got to do is hope that the customer actually buys from them. Ain't going to happen. What I've done, I've actually devised a program called the 9 Steps of the Ultimate Sales Call. This is number 1, this is just the introduction. I'll see you the other side of the bumper. So like I said, I've worked with organisations large and small, sometimes from a one-man operator all the way through SMEs or small to medium enterprises, all the way through to some of the largest organisations in the world. And they've got massive contact centres throughout the UK, maybe in India, maybe all over Europe, wherever it might well be. And one of the problems that a lot of people have is the structure of the call. They might be given a script by their boss, which tends not to work because it doesn't allow you to build rapport. But they don't know where they're going. They know they've got certain things to do, but they don't have a planned structure, what they need to do. And what often happens is they're led by maybe the computer screen or just they make it up as they go along. What I'd like to do is give you what I give them, and that's what I class as the 9 steps of the ultimate sales call. This helps you attract, develop and retain your customers if you start that relationship off really in a strong footing. So what I'm going to do is take you through my 9 steps of the ultimate sales call. Step number 1, and I'm not going into detail in these, you're going to need to watch the follow-up video. Step number 1, pre-call preparation. Step number 2, IFA. It's my IFA, not independent financial advisors, although they can use it. It's my version of an IFA. I'll get to that when I get to stage 2. Step number 3, needs analysis. What questions are you going to ask? How are you going to find out what's important to that customer? Step number 4, testing your understanding, testing their understanding. Go into that in a lot more detail. Number 4. Number 5, matching FABs. And a lot of people have heard the expression FAB. They think it's feature and benefit. It's not. It's feature, advantage and benefit. And advantage and benefit are 2 different things. I'm going to explain to you what they are and how to best use them on a call. Next, number 6, presenting your solutions. How do you get your product or service across to that customer? Closing the sale. And if you use expressions and you go, right, okay, fine, here we go, I think they're ready to buy. Do you want to go ahead with that in that tone of voice? You ain't getting the sale, guys. I'm going to help you close that sale. I'm going to give you some alternatives. If we do the bits right at the beginning, it's easy. Go through that. The next, wrapping up the call. How do you finish the call on a high? How do you keep the customers engaged? How do you let them know what's happening next? Go through that, step number 8. And finally, step number 9, ACW. What the hell does that mean? It's not an abbreviation for a toilet. ACW, if you've ever worked in contact centres, that's one of the main KPIs, key performance indicators, after call work. What are you doing when you hang that phone up? People in contact centres get measured on it by the second. How long they take in between call and the next call. I'm going to talk to you about what you can do as far as your after call work is concerned. That's the 9 steps. But what I'm also going to give you is a couple of added bonuses. I'm going to look at buying signals and trial closes. Buying signals can happen any time at the call. Buying signal might be something you get right from the start. Going, I'm glad you phoned. I was thinking about picking the phone up and making an order with you. I'm glad you phoned because we're thinking about getting something in that you could do for us. It might even be, do you do these in blue? Is it cheaper if I buy 10 rather than 5? These are all buying signals. Even something as subtle as, oh really? Oh, I didn't know it did that. Well, it didn't do a lot of paperwork. They're buying signals. What you do with them is critical. to getting that sale. It's critical to using the closing techniques I'm going to help you with on step number 7. I'm going to help you use trial closes, finding out if the customer's interested in what you're talking about. They're 2 huge big steps, but integral, and the reason that they're running up on the side rather than on a specific step, they can happen right at the beginning of the call, throughout the call, right at the end of the call. I'm going to help you with these as well. One of the biggest fears that people have on the phone, objections, and how do they handle them. I'm going to give you some tips and techniques on how to handle objections, how to avoid objections, how to anticipate objections, how to go around them. I'll give you some tools and techniques. So there you go, there's my 9 steps and my couple of bonus chapters as well. They'll be coming up in other videos as well. Hope you enjoy it, hope you buckle up. Let me know if you want some additional things that you want to know about. You can drop me an email at stuart@thestuartharris.com. You can give me a call on 07708 640 876. That's my mobile number in the UK if you want to give us a call from there. Or check out my website, thestuartharris.com. You'll find me, you can get in contact with me. Subscribe, the subscribe button is going to be down there. But subscribe to my channel, please share it with your friends and colleagues, whether they're in the sales industry or whether they need to pick that phone up to make that call. I'll help you and I'll help them. Thanks very much for your time just now. See you sometime soon. As we say in Scotland, all the best, all the time. Cheers now.